Now that the economy is going to slowly start opening up again, I'm really excited about it, and I hope you are as well too. Of course, we'll follow the social guidelines and social distancing and whatever it is we have to do. Have you ever wondered what your new world is going to look like? What are the things you'd usually touch in the course of a day at work that you'll try to avoid touching in the future? I know for me, I often stop and think, how will my world really function? Let me explain. Most of you know I'm totally blind. I fly approximately 200,000 air miles a year with my inspirational speaking career. And just the logistics going through the course of one day. Close your eyes and just for a brief moment, imagine my world. You know, going through airports, I follow the meet and assist person by hanging on to an elbow or an arm, getting on and off airplanes. In the course of one day, traveling on the road and my speaking engagements in and out of a hotel, I've calculated I probably come in contact with 12 to 15 elbows and arms that are guiding and leading me around. What am I supposed to do? Carry around a spray bottle of bleach? I don't think that would be too appropriate. And I often wonder, will that person leading me around really feel comfortable? And how about a flight attendant that usually takes my hand and will show me the flight attendant call button in the overhead panel? Not to mention where the button is for the reading light. Now that has come in handy, I have to say. Or they'll hand me a Braille safety manual. Lord knows how many people have touched that. I think about just in an airport, when I go into a bathroom and wash my hands, just finding the paper towel dispenser, now that can be an adventure, not to mention where they've located the garbage can. How about if I'm waiting in the gate area and I want to charge my phone? You can just glance down. Not me. I have to feel around to see, number one, is there a charging station even there? And if there is it on the left, right, middle, up high, down low? I have no idea. And on an airplane, maybe you want to lower your tray table just to sit a drink on it. You can just pop your fingers forward and flick it open. Not me. I have to feel around a little bit. I have a general idea where it is, but so you're kind of getting the point. I live in such a tactile world. And it's not like I'm going to wear a pair of gloves, because that would totally defeat my sense of touch. And what about in a hotel? When I get into my hotel room, some things that you might take for granted. I have 3 standard questions for a bellman. That, by the way, I followed upstairs. Invariably, he showed me the Braille on the elevator, had me touch the Braille number outside of my room. But once we get inside, I want to know how to work the TV remote, because once you turn the power on, have you ever noticed it usually goes to a main menu? And without eyesight, good luck getting out of that. What about where the air conditioning control is and the buttons, how they're sequenced? They're usually not in the same order in various hotels. And what about the most important question, the difference between the shampoo bottle and the conditioner bottle? Have you ever noticed they feel the same? And when I forget to ask, that's when I end up with hand lotion in my hair. And a couple of other things. Let's say I want a tissue, or as I call them, a Kleenex. Maybe that's my Canadian coming out. Is it in the left-hand corner or the right-hand corner of the counter? Sometimes they're embedded in the counter. And what about a bath towel? Have you ever known, in the old days, they were hanging on the wall? For the most part. Not anymore. I guess that's not aesthetically pleasing. A lot of times they're under the counter. Are they on the left side, the right side, or are they in the middle? I have to feel around to find it. And sometimes just to locate the remote. If I'm in a hotel for 2 or 3 nights, once they've cleaned the room, they usually move the remote. Sure, it's generally by the TV, but I still have to feel around to find it. So you're getting the point. And then when I go to my speaking engagement, I can't even imagine how many hands I would shake after I'm finished. 50, 100, 200? It just depends how many people are there. But I'm that kind of person. People always want to come up and chat and talk, and I'm a people person. It's part of what I do. And so that makes me wonder as well, how is all that going to work out? And sure, you can social distance, but there are always going to be those people, maybe it's the organizers that have brought me to town that are so excited to finally meet me in person because they've talked to me for 12 months since they've booked me. First thing they do is maybe give me a pat on the back or shake my hand. And a handshake for me tells me so much about a person. It's kind of like you looking into someone's eyes. I can detect the spirit, the energy, and the sincerity of a person, not to mention how tall they might be, whether I have to adjust my eyes up or down when I'm talking to them, although I usually try to do that by going off of where their voice is. So this was just a thought. This is just what came to mind. Maybe you'll have some suggestions of how my world could function or get a little better, or what my new normal will be, going through airports, etc. without eyesight. But once again, think about yourself without eyesight, or putting the blinders on for a minute. Without sounding redundant, my world is sense of touch and very, very tactile. But whatever the new norm is, I will embrace it. I will adapt to it. Isn't that what we have to do? I don't worry about things I can't control. I focus on the things I can. And I hope you will as well. And that's the way I see it.